When you first become president, one of the questions that people ask you is, what's really going on at Area 51?
There are meetings going on as we speak in a certain location, which I won't name, but you like the location. It's not so far away from here. It's moving along pretty well. A lot of people are working on it. It's moving along very nicely. So we'll see what happens.
Long time ago, I used to live in Las Vegas. I had a neighbor who was some former military guy. He had told me that he used to work at Area 51, and he would never ever tell me nothing. You couldn't pry anything out of him.
I don't have a whole lot of time. Area 51. A former employee. I was let go on a medical discharge about a week ago, and
Area 51 was set up to push military, science, and technology faster and further than any other nation. They're kind of a fraternity of formerly secret spies and scientists and spy pilots. Another secret area was built. It has no official name and is so obscure that few people have ever even heard of it, including defense industry officials. It's simply known as Area 6.
Area 51 is a place where we had great innovation back in the day. So the SR-71 was developed at Area 51. A lot of the stealth technologies were developed at Area 51. In fact, though, Area 51 has sub-bases. So, for example,
foreign technology and foreign life forms, they were being stored at Area 51. It was initially established by the CIA because they ran the spy plane program. But our government, of course, we don't have anything there.
One of the highest-ranking UFO whistleblowers ever. Certainly, the only UFO whistleblower that I can think of that ever worked at the White House. He has a long and distinguished military career that is easily verifiable. He had asked me to keep quiet about it, about what he had told me, and I did.
yes, Area 51. The United States government is in contact with is not alien beings. They are beings from another world. They're extra-dimensional, and no one seems to understand that.
Pulse detonation, cyclotron radiation, quantum flux conduction field generators, quasi-crystal energy lens, and EPR quantum receivers. The quasi-crystals were the key to a whole new field of propulsion and communications technology.
He was assigned to SEAL Team 6. He was a security guard at level 2 of S4 in Area 51. And he described S4 as a facility occupying at least 4 levels.
What might be going on there? A lot of researchers behind the scenes kind of think, well, what if we're being tricked? What if there's some kind of disinformation going on here? There was government involvement. When they saw a light in the forest, they went to check it out. It was a large silver object that they saw.
One night, we had a power outage. The whole neighborhood was black. You couldn't see anything. The night sky was like really dark. You could see like a lot of the stars because there was no outside light to drown out the stars. And out of nowhere, he goes, hey, you see Orion's belt?
I've kind of been running across the country. Man, I don't know where to start. They're gonna they'll triangulate on this position really soon.
You can't spend a lot of time on the phone, so give us something quick.
Scientists and spy pilots and engineers, all of whom know one another.
They spent most of their lives hiding what they did at work every day. Now these veterans are finally able to talk about what went on inside the base.
I've never heard of it. Area 6. Area 6 is located on the Yucca Flat, which is part of the Nevada National Security Site, as you mentioned, which is one of the most secretive sites for the military in the country.
there is a base called S4, and this is south of Groom Lake by Papoose Lake. He was tasked by the federal government to back engineer saucers, craft not from here.
A couple of employees that worked at Area 51 filed suit against the U.S. government, claiming that they were exposed to that the facility these people were getting sick.
He was assigned to the White House staff of Dwight Eisenhower, worked for 4 years with the National Security Council. He was given the assignment of evaluating and exploiting pieces of alien material. He saw autopsies performed on alien bodies.
Listen. You're yelling. Just calm down.
I know what I sound like. It's been hard.
Are you there? Something
Hang on. What the?
To this day, I'd be hard-pressed to explain to you the unique electrical, optical, and physical property of quasicrystal and why so much of the research is classified. Why is the U.S. Department of Energy and Ames Laboratory so vigorously pursuing research in quasicrystals?
He was aware of 4. He worked on level 2. He passed through level 1. He never saw level 3 or level 4 because no military people were allowed below those levels. Only people with very specific clearances could go to level 3 and level 4.
Ran towards the object. At one point he crouched down, then he decided, I better not do this probably isn't a good idea. When he stood up, he felt this force hit him and he was thrown several feet.
And he goes, yeah, up there. He goes, you see Orion's belt. He goes, you see how you see 2 stars that are straight, very, very parallel to each other, and then there's a little star that's slightly adjacent and off to the, left. And I said, yeah, I see it, whatever.
Okay, okay, what we're thinking of as aliens are they're extra-dimensional beings that an earlier precursor of the
We went by code names. I was Thunder. We were dealing with Navy, Air Force, Tactical Air Command, SAC, because we all had one common goal, because we had an urgency of doing our job because lives in our military depend on what we were doing there.
Now, just like Area 51, Area 6 is incredibly mysterious. We don't know a whole lot about it, and that's because the National Nuclear Security Administration has been very mum. They've been very tight-lipped about what goes on there. So trying to find research on it was a little bit difficult.
Area 51 is a place where great technology was developed, but the actual projects that are, off-world are taken care of in other places, such as S4 by Papoose Lake.
I'll just say the government finally admitted that yes, they had a facility there. But they didn't give it. All they admitted, yes, we have a facility there, but no name was spoken about.
He was told the autopsies had been conducted in a special facility at Walter Reed Hospital. Private labs to government research labs hinted to them that this had come from some sort of advanced plane that had crashed, and told them to go to work and figure out what this stuff was.
I don't know. He said things at the time